You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio with Monica. Enjoy.
Support the journey. We need your feedback as well as your input. If you have an MP3 that you would like to send in to be broadcast over one of the shows, feel free to send it to Hatim, HA2TIM at GiamiJourney.com.
This is Shamika. This is Giami Journey Radio.
Be sure to follow Giami Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey. And you are now
you listen to my daddy
on Giami
Journey
Radio.
Peace.
Great day. This is Gina's daddy, Brother Hatim, coming at you live on Giami Journey Radio. You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Well, we here, man. It's a great Thursday. I like to thank everybody that listens, whether you're listening live or whether you're tuning in on a podcast. I really want to send out my thanks. I want to send shots to all those that are even considering sending in an MP3 for a show. Like I said, we're growing and having a good time doing it. I love doing what I'm doing. And this is Thunderous Thursdays. Where last week we talked about using the power of thunder and lightning symbolically to smash those obstacles and to smash those detrimental habits to our life. Now, what I wanted to talk about this week is another way in which we can use to help smash some of that stuff in our life. Let's go on and get it. Let's get it. Listen. All right. So, doing what I do, I work in the school, and I'm for all intents and purposes, I'm the disciplinarian. And one of the things that I had to learn to do, I want to send shouts out to Mr. Thornton, also to Mr. Trailer, and Mr. Reese, because these gentlemen introduced me to a concept called a behavior improvement plan. In schools, they got what they have, what they label as BIPs, or behavior improvement plans, where they use them to help young people fit into the school culture just a little bit better. And I was looking at the basic framework of a behavior improvement plan, which will be put together for a child that is disrupting class, for a child that's having problems in adjusting in the classroom and in other areas of the school. You would develop a behavior improvement plan to help the student overcome some of these issues, help the student adjust to what's going on. And in a behavior improvement plan, you basically would identify the issues, identify the behaviors that are taking this child's time and taking the classroom time away from learning, and you help them identify the behaviors. Then you come up with replacement behaviors that the child would try to implement or be cued to implement by the teacher. You know what I'm saying? It also slows down the process in which a child receives a write-up to eventually lead to suspension or whatever other disciplinary actions are there to remove the child from being an issue in the classroom. So with the behavior improvement plan, you look at the issue and you talk with your team about the issue. The team usually includes the parent, the teacher, the dean of students, and anybody else that's working with this young person. And you figure out how to replace the behaviors or to improve the behaviors so that the child can be successful. Now, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, man, I know some adults that need a behavior improvement plan. So how do you put one together? Well, for your life improvement plan, or a LIP, for a life improvement plan, basically what you need to do is identify the behaviors in your life that are causing problems that you want to change. Identify those behaviors. Then we got to harness this power of thunder. All right. Now, we talked a little bit about meditating and, being able to focus on the outcomes that you do want. You know what I'm saying? And what's crazy is a lot of us have an idea of the outcomes that we want. But because we have trained ourselves or been trained, depending on your outlook on things, or been trained to with certain behaviors. We have been trained to bring certain behaviors out, and these behaviors lead us farther away from the outcome that we truly want. So what we have to start learning how to do is to change the behaviors. How do we do this? First, we have to identify the behaviors. Everything in life starts with first identifying the issue, identifying the problem, admitting that it's a problem, and then looking for replacements for it. Because it's like many of us, we just want to quit something, we want to stop something, we want to change something in our lives. But when we do that, what happens is that we leave a void in our life. And one of my elders told me a long time ago that nature abhors a void. So if you don't put nothing in the void, another negative action or another negative behavior will slide right into its place. So identify the behaviors you want to eliminate, right? That you want to change. Once it's identified, you look at how it's a problem in your life. You know what I'm saying? Reflect in your mind. This is where you can use your imagination and your meditation. Or you don't have to use your imagination. Just look at points in your life history. Look at your life history and see where these behaviors have not benefited you. And become sure in your heart that you want to change these behaviors. Once you have identified the problem, once you have admitted to yourself that it's a problem, the next state is to figure out what you are going to replace this behavior with. Find something that you can replace this behavior with. If it's an emotional issue, what other emotions can you put in its place? What physical actions can you put in a bad reactions place? What can you replace it with? All right. Now, then you have to make sure that because one of the things that I added is aligning the action with your principles. So what you want to do is, like, it's identify your principles for the young people I work with. We identify 7 principles: unity, self-determination, respect, gratitude, purpose, creativity, and trust. And what we try to do is help young people align their behaviors with their principles. So now, this is my question. For the behavior that you have in your life, which principle in your life doesn't it line up with? It doesn't line up with. Which principle in your life? Do you have principles, first off? And what principle is the negative behavior that you identify not lining up with? So that you can always have something not to beat yourself up with, but it becomes easier to start noticing these behaviors when you start trying to line your principles up with them. Be like, yo, this is not practicing. This is not unity. This is not bringing anything together in my life. This is pushing people out of my life. You know what I'm saying? This is not respect. You know what I'm saying? I mean, me going off like this is not showing respect to myself. It's not showing respect to the people around me. You know what I'm saying? This is not showing trust. This is definitely not me trusting the process. You have to align the behavior up with the principle that is violating it, and then replace it with a behavior that aligns with the principle, so that you can kind of help enforce that principle, get that principle power in your life. You know what I'm saying? And then what you have to do, which is the hardest for all of us. Once we have the process working in our life, we have to trust the process. All right? Now, so I basically gave you an outline for a simple behavior adjustment plan, a behavior improvement plan. And now also in your plan, you also need to lay out things that you will put in place to enforce the behaviors. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when you habitually break what you say you want to change? When you habitually do something, you know what I'm saying? What is going to be the consequences for you? You need to lay consequences, and you also need to lay out rewards. All right, so that you can reward yourself for doing something for a certain amount of time. I ain't saying celebrate all the time or celebrate early, but I'm saying you do need to celebrate. All right, celebrate the small victories, because the small victories on this journey are what's going to pull you over the finish line. It's the small victories. We be looking for those big ones. Well, if I do it for a year, what if you do it for a week? You know what I'm saying? What if you do it for 21 days? You know what I'm saying? What if you do it for 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to have rewards for yourself. And you also need to have consequences for yourself when you don't do it. And this takes a lot of heart. You know, this takes one of the roughest things for us to be. We can be honest with other people, but it's very hard for us to be honest with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But if we want to be successful on this journey, we have to first be honest with ourselves. All right? This is Brother Hot Tim, and this is Thunderous Thursdays, harnessing the power of nature to take over our lives. Yo, I'd like to thank you for tuning in, and I'm out.
You are now listening to Giami Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Simple production. Where we strive to blow up the old paradigms. Keep up with the journey. Check out what we have done in the past. Go to journeyarchives.com.